Let's go. Back in the day, I was a lunchline rapper. After that, I guess I was a punchline rapper. Then I got saved and Christ switched the swagger, traded pain in for purpose. Now the mission's what I'm after.
What's good, everybody in the chat, live on Twitch and on YouTube. What's cracking? I see you guys in the chat, man. What's popping? Welcome, everybody. If you're just now tuning in for the first time, you guys are tuning in to the live recording session, or maybe you're watching the VOD back of the Creative in God Mode podcast. This is episode 5, man. Episode 5, bro. We made it to episode 5, man.
Hey, that went by so quick.
I'm like, this is exciting. We're staying consistent. We're going. we're going, man. We're trying to do something special. We're trying to do something different. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're trying to do something different. Trying to do something special for the community in gaming and in hip hop, Christian hip hop. Just trying to bridge some gaps, man. That's what this whole point of this podcast is. And really just my streams and all the content that I've been doing, specifically on Twitch. And YouTube and even on TikTok, some has been on this idea of like bridging the gaps between faith, hip hop, and gaming and content creation. I think there's a lot of similarities and there's a lot of people who are involved in a lot of these spaces, but I don't know if there's quite anybody really just taking that deep dive. And that's what I feel like God has called me to do as this urban digital missionary that I've been talking about for a little bit of time now, man, that God, I believe, is equipped me to do what I'm doing right now, man. And I want to be able to bring some peers and different people as a Christian hip hop artist myself. I want to be able to bring guys like yourself, man, into this space, and other guys and artists that we've had in the previous episodes to the forefront, so other people can be aware of what's happening out here, man. Because I don't think, as big as the space is to those of us in the space, some of us are in this space and we're like, man, like this space seems like there's a lot of people who know, but you'd be surprised that there's actually a lot of people who don't know, that don't really understand what's actually happening, even within the four walls of the church communities. Like there's a lot of people who are in church culture but don't even realize what's actually happening within CHH, and that there are artists and there are people out here, creatives that exist within this urban context to make art that is done well, and it's uplifting and encouraging using the gospel, man. So yeah, that's what we're here to do, man. And tonight is no different, you know what I mean? Because Creative in God Mode, just let me give this also as a disclaimer, right? For those of y'all who are just now tuning in, Creative in God Mode podcast, like the Creative in God Mode stance, or like the phrase, right, is really to say like I believe everybody is creative by default. I think by the way that we are designed, we are made in the image of God, which means we too are creative because God is creative. Now some of us have a little more creative juices than others, but there are creativeness inside of all of us. Now I think a lot of us, though, when we tap into these creative spaces within ourselves, man, and what God has equipped us to do as creatives, I think that a lot of us want to go hard in the paint with this stuff, right? And that's what God mode is. God mode is like, we're turning up, we're powering up, going God mode, bro. And like I'm a big Dragon Ball nerd, and so it kind of fused those little bits into it. But just saying, like, yo, like when we do what we do creatively, we're not trying to come slack, we're not trying to come halfway, we're trying to give everything that we got for the kingdom, man. That's it, full force, bro. But also it's kind of a double entendre, because while we go hard, it's like we do this with a God mode like lens. Our eyes are trying to focus on doing this in light of who God is, and so that's what makes us tap into this God mode that we are in. Like when people see our lives, they should see God working in and through us. So that's what God mode podcast, the Creative in God Mode, is that seeing creatives go into this God mode like space and not just use it strictly just for their own glory. That's kind of what this is about, man. So yeah, welcome if you're new. Again, my name is Justin Mitchell. I am a Christian hip hop artist. I'm a creative. And then I brought a little friend with me, man. I brought a homie with me. We go, man. It's crazy how like long we've actually known each other now at this point.
Yeah.
We met each other a long time ago. Actually, the first time we met was in Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Yeah.
I think that was our first time officially meeting. And
Yeah, I remember KJ52 was out there as well.
Yep.
Flame, KJ52, V Rose. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. V Rose was there. Yeah, well, that at that point you were DJing for Flame,
Yeah.
like full time.
Yep.
So, and we're gonna talk about that later. So we're not gonna just skim over these things, right? This is stuff we're gonna talk about. But like, yeah, we met in Virginia Beach at this Oceanfront Festival that I was performing at, opening up for Flame and Tadashi or somebody else was there, I think, or KJ was there. It was a dope time, man. But like, that was our first time meeting, and then we met at South by Southwest, I believe.
And also Flavor Fest. I don't know which one was first.
I think it might have been. I don't know either. I don't know which one was first, but we did meet at both of those places in Tampa, Florida, at Flavor Fest, which is, if you don't know what Flavor Fest is and you're in Florida, you need to check in. I'm telling you, Flavor Fest is always hands down one of my favorite events yearly that happens. Shout out to Pastor Tommy, Urban D over there, always holding it down. They do such an amazing ministry in combining hip hop and just regular contemporary worship, and just their experience is just like none other, man. They do an amazing job of doing that. But they do this yearly thing. It's a festival full of Christian hip hop, and so me and Andre met there, yeah, we got connected then, and
we were both masked at the time.
Yeah. No, that's when I did the last. I think the last time we seen each other in person was, I think, that event.
Oh wow!
I really don't think we've seen each other physically in person. We've done this a lot, but we've never
It's crazy.
It is crazy. Like,
it seems so in person because.
Right. Well, it's because we've done a lot of this that it feels like we've seen each other. And I think there was a point where we were this close to linking up in person because we had that DJ event where you were going to come out here and rock a set, and then something fell through, and then timing was just, it didn't work. But yeah, man, we did a lot of growing together in the sense of like conversations and relationship building through COVID. COVID really, I think, brought us together. Like, straight up.
Yes, especially I think it was also around the time when I noticed you getting into streaming and stuff, and because back when we first connected, we weren't even talking about gaming and stuff like that. We just connected based on music, and I'm like, oh, like, I like your brand, you like my brand, and we're both eclectic, and as far as like the way we think and stuff.
Yep.
And then when I noticed like, oh, he's into gaming, I didn't know he's deep into gaming too. I've been into gaming, and then just so happened like a perfect connection.
Yeah, so, 100%. And bro, so I, without further ado, can we just make some noise for one of the best? I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. He don't have to say it for himself. This is my friend. This is also just somebody I've always from a distance admired before I became his friend, and just being like, yo, like he's like a brother to me now. But this dude is honestly one of if not the best. And I will take this to the grave. One of the best, if not, he's the best Christian hip hop DJ, maybe hip hop DJ in my opinion, out there, bro. Like, the dude's live performance sets is crazy. Y'all make some noise for Mr. Andre Arkade. Y'all make some noise for him in the chat one time.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Glad to be here.
Welcome to the podcast, my dude. Yeah.
Hey, appreciate it, and thank you for your obedience to following what God had you following, to even have this platform here and to be able to share it with other artists and other creatives and all that. It's like, really appreciate you,
man. Dude, it's a blessing, bro. I mean, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of, I got a wife and 3 kids, and you know what I mean, and now a ministry at my church I'm trying to help lead and do, and it's like, bro, like, and then balancing my own music and other things God's calling me into. I'm like, there's a lot going on, bro, a lot of moving pieces. But I believe God has wired me and equipped me, and I'm blessed with a wife who has my back crazy and is able to help support what it is that I'm doing and tries to hold me accountable when if I'm giving too much energy over here or this. But we know the sacrifice that this stuff calls for too, so she understands like how this has got to work.
Yeah.
But God has been faithful, man, and I'm honored to bring this about and have you with me, man. Like, this is just, it's wild to think what we were talking about during COVID, the stuff we talked about, the times we did some live streams together, and here we are in this moment on episode 5 of a podcast that I believe was something that God had given me to try to do a year or so ago, and I was just afraid to do it, and now I'm here. So let that be a testament to anybody watching this, that if you if you have something bubbling in you, that you feel like this is like, man, I can't shake this thing, God keeps bringing it up, I feel like and it lines up with what God is about, like, bro, just jump and do it, man. Like, even if nobody's doing it, like, that's I was worried about that because I'm like, I don't know if anybody wants to watch this or cares about this, and you know what I mean? Like, and it's cool to see, like, it's still not crazy big, but it like nowhere near where, you know, a Ruslan or somebody else is right now. But that's not the point. The point is just to be obedient to what God's called you to do. It doesn't matter if there's 5 viewers, 10 viewers, 100,000 viewers. That's what we talk about going in God mode is about, right? Like, it's just like, just do it for the Lord, man, and like honor God with it, and just let God take care of the rest. Don't worry about the number game can get you caught up in a weird bubble.
Oh yeah.
I think we've all. I would dare to say, Andre, you and I probably both, and every artist who's probably been on here can attest to that struggle of feeling like the numbers game starts to like feed your like the path that you take versus sometimes what it is that God has you on, right? Like sometimes the numbers.
Yeah.
Has that ever happened to you?
Oh yes, and it's gotten me completely off the path that God originally had me on at many times. Like, where God had me on this path, having nothing to do with numbers, and I'll say, well, the numbers aren't panning out here, so clearly you don't want me to do this, because if you wanted me to do this, I should have this. It's like, I didn't call you over here for the numbers. I called you to do this, to be obedient to the people that I want you to reach. So I think this is a lot of times where I've let the numbers get in my head and like, yeah, I probably shouldn't do that. The numbers aren't there. Or in many cases, sometimes the numbers can be financial. The financial numbers aren't there. Like, oh, well, the money isn't in this area. I'm sure you don't want me to do that because that's not going to fill up the bank account. It's like, that's not exactly what I'm calling you to do.
Wow.
Like, let me handle the bank account. Maybe this has nothing to do with the bank account. Maybe I'll provide the funds in a completely different area than what I want you to do over here that has nothing to do with funds. So
dang, bro, that's crazy good, bro. Like, it's funny because some people get caught up in just the social media side of like numbers to be like, this is how I know God is working. God is working because my followers are increasing, and or my bank account is increasing. And not all the time where I mean, yes, there is an increase in God's provision and different things. God will make ways for like different things will happen to make you like, hey, like this is, but to say that it's always the case where, oh, well, there's a lot of money involved in like that. That doesn't really line up with scripture all the time. Like,
yeah, and sometimes it's the exact opposite, which I mean, we can get into later, but like I went through a situation where at the peak of when I felt like I was getting more popular and all that stuff, I was becoming more and more prideful to where I felt like it was the enemy directly using numbers to pull me more into what I shouldn't be doing. It's like, oh, well, I'm getting popular here and people are paying attention, and it's like, yeah, and I'm feeding your ego, and I'm making you less and less God-like and less Christ-like, and making you more of an egotistical maniac. And in my head, I'm like, oh, well, but clearly God is in this because I'm getting the numbers. It's like,
yeah, sometimes it's like if I'm feeling good, then it must be good, right? Like if I feel good, if it's scratching my ego and it's making me be paid attention to and people love me for this, then it must be. And it's like, I don't think it's bad to, obviously, like, that's a hard thing about a creative is we have these gifts and abilities that we use and we steward them in a way. But the problem is sometimes, and I think this is where I fell into a space where I had to let music go for a season, and I thought I would be gone kind of forever. Like, publicly, I didn't think I'd ever get back to even doing it like that. And now I'm back doing music again, but in a different way. But like, compared to where I was kind of doing it and where I was at the time, like, I remember, I just remember feeling like, yo, like I after setting it down, I had a chance to look at it and realize and analyze it, I feel like. And sometimes when you're in the moment and you're just out there running and gunning, you don't really have a chance to set it down and really look at what you're doing sometimes. And like, for me, I know I realized, like, yo, I kind of made this an idol almost. And where it was kind of like that I would cater everything to that one thing. And so the temptation, I think, for a creative is to do those things. And sometimes God has to pull you away to try to get you to be like, hey, like, your gift isn't bad, but where your head can go with your gift and where your heart will go, it can mess up some things, man. So it's a very interesting road, man, that us creatives go down. And I'm sure even people in ministry, pastors, right? It's not just people that are in the arts. There's creative people doing church jobs, and they get caught up in what people applaud them for, and then all of a sudden they lose themselves and they get caught up, which is crazy. So yeah, but man, let's we're gonna jump into what we normally do before we get into all the questions and playing some Warzone while trying to ask you questions, because that's what we do. We get up on here, we play some high energy, fast paced games while throwing some maybe deep questions at you, or some different questions, so we can get to know you, and we can get to know just more of your story and your journey. When it comes to faith, hip hop, gaming, all that kind of stuff, man. So we're gonna talk about it all here in a minute. So I got my man Asian Zing out in the chat. He's our wonderful mod in Twitch. So if you're on Twitch with us, you'll be able to actually be a little more interactive with this next part, because this is a game where we break this icebreaker game out. It's called Would You Rather. All right, we've done this numerous times, and we're going to continue to keep that momentum up. So we're going to play a game called Would You Rather, and basically we're going to ask a question like, would you rather do this or do this? And you got to pick and tell us which one would you rather do. And that's it's going to tell us a lot about you, Andre. It's going to tell us a lot about your
pressure's on.
Yeah, the pressure's on, man. We're going to learn a lot about Andre, you know what I'm saying? So first question. All right, first question is this. And if you're in the chat, again, on Twitch, if you're on Twitch, you can vote for these. We would love to have you vote and interact with these, all right? And do me a favor, do us a favor. If you're watching this right now live, go and share this mug up, man. Go share it over on whatever social media you can. Let people know to come check this out, man, where they can get some behind the scenes and get some just some really cool, interesting gems for yourself as a Christian and as someone who's maybe pursuing, whatever it looks like in being used by God in your creative outlets, or even just a regular job, whatever it is. I think there's a lot of gems that you're going to find in these podcasts, man. So share it up, text it to a friend, whatever you can do. All right, so first question, would you rather, Andre? Would you rather, question one, would you rather have to DJ wearing an inflatable T-Rex costume, or while walking on a treadmill?
I would rather.
It's a random one.
Okay, so you said I'm wearing the T-Rex costume, right?
You're either gonna wear an inflatable T-Rex costume or while walking on a treadmill. Which would you rather do?
Both actually sound very fun to me. I would rather do the T-Rex costume, because I feel like when I'm in a costume, whether it's face paint, whether it's a mask, I feel the most comfortable. So a T-Rex costume, I would feel
right at
completely
home.
free.
You feel right at home
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you're like, I'm in some kind of suit. I'm in something. Now that makes sense. If you guys don't know, man, y'all can check out Andre's like page. Check out some of his. Go look him up on YouTube. Go check out Andre Arkade or DJ Chosen Boy. You'd be able to see it there too. But his face paint and his mask game when he like that's what I said, man. Like Andre's your live performances, man, are just. You go in, bro. Like you have high energy.
Appreciate it.
You make the set. I dare say better than what the artist does. Like you bring another element to it that no other Christian DJ is doing. Definitely, like with the fact of like wearing a mask and doing it's super dope, man. I'm gonna just throw it out there. Maybe one day there'll be a chance where I'm on the road for a little bit and we got. You know what I'm saying? Andre to roll with, and we got like a little mini tour together. Like that would be fire to me. That'd be fire.
We came close before. I think
we talked about something like
maybe
that.
In the future. It might still be in the cards. So,
bro, hey, Lord, you hear the desires of my heart, bro. I'm just saying. So yeah, that's awesome. That makes a lot of sense, man, why you would do that. I had a feeling you would do that, but I'm like, who knows? He might be like, bro, I've never done a treadmill. That'd be challenging. I might try that. Like, okay.
Yeah, that's what I said. They both sound fun. I would actually do the treadmill thing as well. Like, we have a walking treadmill upstairs for my wife.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do want to bring it down here to use it because I'm like, hey, like if you're not using, like I'll plug it in right here. But
yeah,
it always seems fun to me, like this. The whole treadmill aspect.
Mm-hmm.
So.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, it looks like it's a much more interesting situation than I would love to see somebody try to DJ on a treadmill. That'd be wild. All right, second question. Would you rather collaborate with Lecrae for one epic track or have 24 hours in the studio with Andy Mineo?
Collaborate with Lecrae
for just one banger of a song, or get 24 hours in the studio with Andy Mineo to cook.
I would probably do the collaboration with Lecrae, mainly because me and Lecrae actually have rapport. Like he's known me since I was like 19 or so.
Wow.
And like we haven't been like super close where I'm
sure.
texting him something like that, but we've. If you can go on my Instagram page, we once did a funny Instagram live where we played Truth or Dare. We've did events together, and I just think he's just all around cool dude and just stand up guy. So just being around him, maybe picking his brain throughout the session or something like that. I think that'd be cool. Andy also seems cool too. I've never really got to know him like that, so I would just enjoy just being around Lecrae and just working on something together. So,
nice. I like that, man. That makes it. I mean, that either option is dope. I think you can't really go wrong with either one. I think that's a pretty like standard question where it's like, how is either way going to be a bad answer? I feel like both of those are good. So I feel that though. If you already got a rapport with Lecrae and you already like, that would just make it like that much easier to just knock something crazy out. Like that'd be crazy. That'd be dope.
Funny thing that a lot of people don't know, I'm actually in one of Andy Mineo's music video.
Which one?
Music videos that I helped shoot. Young featuring KB.
Oh, wasn't that at South by Southwest?
Yeah, so that was at South by Southwest, but there was a scene where he was walking through the crowd and all that stuff. There was something that happened with one of the guy's cameras. I was actually at South by Southwest with Thizzle to film. So me and Thizzle, we're there to basically perform that night, and Thizzle was there to perform. This is before I was a DJ.
Okay.
So I'm there with my camera.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Hey, we're about to film this music video back here, but somebody needed somebody to shoot something because one of the camera guys' camera messed up." They're like, "Hey, we just need you to sit on the back of this car while he walks and films." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I filmed that. And there was another scene where it eventually leads to the back of the building, and it's KB and Lecrae and Belief, Ruslan, all them back there. So you see me back there with my shades on, just dancing, and I have this backpack on. So there's a scene where this guy's back there dancing.
I did not know you were in that video, bro. That's crazy. That's dope. That's one of my favorite. I still love that song, by the way. That song is still.
Yeah.
That song is powerful, bro. There's a lot of really good pieces in that record. I've always enjoyed that song with KB and Andy. That was a sick one. That's crazy that you were in that though. I'm gonna have to go back now and go watch that because I had no idea that you were in
not
that.
only in it, but actually filmed some of the scenes.
That's crazy. Wow. That's so dope, bro. Nice. See, look at that, man. Little nuggets. You guys are getting little nuggets y'all didn't even know, bro. So next time you go look this stuff up, you'll be like, yo, I know the guy who helped do that. Like, we had no idea. Now we know. That's crazy, man. That's so cool. All right, last one. Would you rather? This one's going to be interesting how you answer this. All right. Would you rather only play old school Christian hip hop from the 90s? Or only play unreleased tracks from up and coming artists?
I would rather play unreleased tracks because I've dug back into the older Christian hip hop a little bit just to try to get familiar. It's just not really my cup of tea. So I would much rather
take a chance.
Take a chance on unreleased tracks. And also I think that would be more beneficial to ushering in the new artists of Christian hip hop to wider artists and things like that. So I would much rather help out the new crowd.
Nice. No, that's good, bro. I love that because it's funny because some people have such a, I didn't know how you were going to answer. I honestly didn't know how you were going to answer that just because of the simple fact that I know you know Christian hip hop and I know you've studied the music. You know the music. You've listened to it over the years. You've been a DJ. So like, you know the stuff. And with that said, you just never know. Cause I'm like, yo, some people may be like, yo, like some of this stuff out here, I don't really know if I like some of the newer stuff is cool, but the 90s hip hop, like it's kind of outdated in sound, but that was probably my favorite era. And if that was like your favorite era, I would have been like, whoa, I had no idea. So,
it's funny because I actually just answered a question earlier today. I saw a Facebook post. I'm in a DJ Alliance group, One Accord DJ Alliance, and somebody brought up what was the best era in CHH. I said my favorite era was around 2012. That's when there's a lot of collaboration going on between artists. There was different camps that had like different styles and they had their own fan bases. There were a lot of different media outlets and things like that. So I'm really more impartial to that kind of time frame than anything before. But also this new crowd of Christian hip hop artists, they're really killing it too. I'm actually newly finding out about a lot of new people from Proper XL's new playlist that they put out. I believe it was the Underdogs. So I start checking that. I'm like, oh, like, There's some dope artists out here I didn't know about.
Nice. Yeah, now that's cool, man. Shout out to Proper XL, man. They've been doing a great job with their content and putting stuff on blast for people to get familiar with. If you guys aren't following them, check them out over on IG. And I think they're on X as well, I think. Are they on X?
Not that I know of, but I've
seen some.
I'm gonna find them.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought I'd seen somebody post something. Maybe they shared like an image or something. But I know they're on Instagram heavy, for sure. Yeah. So yeah, man, bro, thank you for answering those. You survived the Would You Rather round. Yeah, it's just a fun little icebreaker game. Just because we're like, you know, for people who don't know you, and even for me, like I get to learn something new. I'm like, oh, I don't know how he would answer this. I'm like, all right, cool. So I just, got some questions up the sleeve that we try to roll out and pick from. So yeah, man, that's always fun. So as we get ready to go into a couple rounds of Warzone, you know what I mean? That's what we're here to do, right? We're here to bridge the gap between faith, hip hop, and gaming and content creation. So we have to be able to get into some games. That's what we do. We get here, we talk and have a good time and chop it up, but we also get busy on the sticks. And for those of y'all who don't know, me and Andre together, we used to make a dope Warzone team back in the day. You know what I mean? Like he was the helicopter man, and he would just fly from zone to zone, picking me up.
And throwing helicopters at people.
Throwing a helicopter at somebody. I'm like, yo, I heard a helicopter explode. Guess who that was? Andre. He's out here just throwing helicopters at people because that's just what he does.
I just don't understand how somebody passes by an open helicopter. It's like a free bomb. It's like, if you're not gonna fly somewhere.
So what we're really learning is that Andre is a pyromaniac. That's what it is. Like, Man just wants to see stuff explode. That's what it is. So we're gonna link up right now. If you could join in off my lobby right now, if you can do that. Hopefully you can slide right up on into the lobby. Let me see. Oh, there you are. I see you. Invite to party.
All right.
There we go.
Loading in.
Let's get it. All right. So, do we want to do Resurgence or do you want to do the big maps?
I like the big maps.
Oh, you play on the big map. Okay. All
Well,
right.
yeah, I back when we used to play Warzone, it was probably before Resurgence was even a big thing.
Oh, no, yeah, we played
I'm
on,
actually
like-
not really as familiar with Resurgence, even though that's the main game that people play.
Yeah, nah,
Yeah,
I feel that.
I'm used to the big battle royale.
Wait. Where's do we have a way? Or we're playing Squid Game Warzone? No, we're not doing that. Duos.
Oh, wait, I had to exit
Oh, wait,
out.
dang
I
it.
was froze for a bit.
Okay.
I'm coming back in.
Yeah, we're doing big maps. Big maps for the big sweats. Also, if you are in the chat, we will open up here in a little bit for you guys to ask questions to Andre. If you have any questions for Andre, towards the end of the stream, we will definitely be opening up with some questions. So hopefully you guys get a couple questions lined up in the chat. We'd love to be able to have at least one or two. That'd be great. And then yeah, we'll end with a couple little pieces. And also, I want to say sorry for being a little bit behind schedule on tonight's stream. We were trying to do something special for y'all. We were trying last minute to try and get Andre's DJ set up, like his equipment set up behind him, and have him at the end. We were going to throw a DJ party a little bit. Let him get on the ones and twos and give y'all a little bit of a demonstration of what it's like when Andre's on the ones and twos. You know what I mean? But it didn't work out because we couldn't get everything the way we wanted it to sound wise yet. So we were like, you know what? Let's just save this for another time, and we'll maybe next time we get Andre on, we will be ready for it. And I mean, who knows?
Yes,
maybe it won't even be for the podcast. Maybe we'll do it for another episode of the podcast. But maybe we can figure out how to do a live set digitally. Digital live set with him and me at the same time in two different places. That'd be unprecedented. Nobody's doing that, bro. Like,
I think there's a way.
hey, look, I'm down to take a couple nights and figure out how to do it. If we can, I'm here for it.
Most def.
Yeah. All right, so Andre's in. Let's go. Duos. All right, let me get ready to turn this music down, though. All right. Yeah, so Andre, give us while this game is loading up, man, we'll go ahead and start you off with a little bit of questions popping off while we're waiting for the lobby to load.
Steph.
Yeah, what give us just like where are you from? How'd you get into DJing, man? Like just give us more of your like intro to your just who you are and how you got doing the craft that you are into, right? How'd you get to the creative space that you're in?
Yeah, so Andre Arkade, formerly known as DJ Chosen Boy. I got into DJing through my love of filmmaking. So at the time I was into filmmaking, was blessed to be able to shoot some music videos for Thizzle, another Christian hip hop artist in St. Louis. He had me
so
shoot
you're
some
in
things.
St. Louis, right? You're still in St. Louis.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm in St. Louis. Was able to work with him. He brought me out to South by Southwest. Ironically, that's the same day the same South by Southwest weekend where I shot the thing with Andy Mineo. So while they're filming and filming different things, I filmed a DJ battle. And through filming the DJ battle, I just found that I had this intrigueness about DJing. Like, hey, like now I'm able to see what they're doing with the music and see how they throw this acapella on this instrumental. So on the ride back home, I got downloaded a little app called DJ, made by Algorithm. It was on my iPod Touch at the time, and I was just like, hey, like I'll just see about this little app and see if I can figure out how it works. I was able to mix in like somebody else's acapella with an instrumental, and just got the hang of it and recorded a mix. And during that time, this is like a long ride back home to St. Louis. So we didn't fly to South by Southwest. We drove there. It was me, Thizzle, and JR and Courtney Orlando.
Oh yeah,
So basically, I got the hang of this app, and I recorded something. And eventually, Thizzle was like, "Hey, like you should probably send this to DJ Wado." This is like after a couple of weeks of really getting the hang of the app. I recorded a mix where I put a Lecrae acapella over a Beyonce beat. Like, hey, you should send this to DJ Wado. I'm like, at this time, it's like DJ Wado is in my head like the biggest Christian hip hop DJ period at the time.
Right.
So I'm like, why would DJ Official? I mean, not DJ. Why would DJ Wado want to hear my mix? He's like, just test it out. So I sent it out to him, and I'll say a couple of weeks later, I got a tweet to where I was mentioning a tweet, and somebody had tweeted DJ Wado like, "Hey, what was that mix that you played on your radio show, the Beyonce and Lecrae thing?" He was like, "Oh, that was DJ Chosen Boy's mix," and he added me.
Oh snap!
And I'm like, "Oh wow, like Wado knows who I am," and he actually played my mix on his show.
I made it.
And yeah, so at this time, I still don't have DJ equipment. I'm still mixing on my iPod Touch. So I'm like, hey, like,
hold on, not iPad Touch, kids.
Yeah,
iPod. Let's make sure that people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I'm like, oh wow, like people are playing what I'm making, but I still don't have equipment. Maybe I should look into getting this equipment. Fast forward, and basically, Thizzle then suggest that I apply to be a DJ at South by Southwest for the following year because the submissions opened up pretty early.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm somebody a brand new DJ who does not have equipment. Why would South by Southwest accept me to DJ for their event?
Here. I dropped a refill.
Oh, sweet.
Ah!
Oh, thanks. Oh, thanks. So I'm like, why would they allow?
So dead.
They're inside.
Oh
I did not know they were inside.
They were right here.
I'm
We
just
got
like,
fried.
So I'm like, why would they accept me to DJ at their event and I don't have equipment and all that stuff? But sure enough, they liked the mix that I did and they accepted me. So I'm like, oh shoot, like I'm not going to be a showcase DJ at South by Southwest with no equipment. So at this point, I then went and got some equipment. It's like a cheap rig at the time, and I showed up there and rocked the set. And
oh my gosh,
it was
I'm
through
dead.
that basically I was able to get linked with Flame, who he had no idea that was my first basically
Your first ever set.
Yeah. So Flame, he had kind of known me through St. Louis as a dancer. So seeing me at South by Southwest with DJ equipment, he's like,
like what the heck?
What's going on here? So that's when I basically let him know, like, oh yeah, so I got into DJing, not kind of basically pretty much downplaying that I just got into DJing. He's like, yeah, I got into DJing.
Like, yeah, that's
like,
what
okay,
I've been doing.
What's up. So through there, he let me know that the tour that he was going to be doing at the time, Blackout Circuit Tour, was going to be in St. Louis. He was like, hope to see you there. It was no like, as far as like,
like
saying,
he didn't invite you to be like his DJ.
Yeah. It was just like, hey, hope to see you there. Basically, in our home state of St. Louis, like I'll be there. Hope to catch you there. So fast forward, about a month or two later, the tour goes on in St. Louis, and I get booked to. I'm still.
Oh no!
Uh-oh. I think I made it out. Make it out.
Oh, he's got a glance. It's sniping.
Woo!
Oh.
But basically, I get there and I don't got enough.
Nope. Nope.
I don't know why I thought that was gonna have all money in it, but they're coming at me with a helicopter.
Oh no, they're pulling your trick. That's
As long as
crazy.
they don't throw it at me, I'm out of here.
Oh my gosh.
I know they see this big parachute though.
All right.
So basically, I get to I get there and I'm actually booked to film an interview with him because I'm still into filmmaking at the time. So I filmed the interview, and after the interview, he's like, "Hey, like, do you have your DJ equipment with you?" I'm like, "Yeah, like I keep it in the car." He's like, "Well, I know you just got into DJing and stuff like that, so just in case you're interested and you want to like maybe get more exposure or something like that," he was like, "You're free to like DJ while people are coming into the building because right now we're just gonna be playing tracks, so
Right.
It's nothing really set as far as like
Somebody,
DJ before the show starts."
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Oh yeah, definitely." It just so happens that this tour that I'm referring to, the Blackout Circuit tour, it's basically a glow in the dark kind of tour.
Oh yeah.
And at the time, I had just gotten a glow in the dark mask. And I had it with me because I just wanted to like wear it in the crowd and just be, "Oh wow, I did not see him there."
Ooh, no.
So I just wanted to wear that mask in the crowd. So I'm like, well, if I'm going to be DJing while people come in, it only fits that this is a glow in the dark kind of tour. I'm going to wear the glow in the dark mask. So I started DJing, and when I put the mask on, the crowd started reacting.
What were they doing?
They start getting hype and stuff as if like the show is about to start. It starts looking like almost like this is the pre-show. This isn't actually the pre-show. I'm just playing music while people come in. Their perception is
hold up. So before you, as you're playing this music, are people like, are you like seeing this and then being like, "Yo, I'm gonna just start DJing and play"? Like, are you turning up with them, or are you just?
Oh yeah.
Are you just casually being like, "Let me press a button"? You're just wearing your stuff.
Oh yeah, I started getting hyped with them because at the time, like a little backstory about me, like for those who don't know me, I'm naturally timid, or basically some would say naturally shy.
Yeah.
But the year prior to this, I was working at Six Flags Fright Fest as a costume character. Basically for Fright Fest, I was like a zombie.
That's
so they
crazy.
would paint my face up and all this stuff. And I noticed that when I'm in face paint or a mask or covered up, I feel more free and less shy because my face is covered. It's like you can be somebody else. So through wearing this mask during the show, as the crowd started getting hyped, I'm masked. I'm like, I'll get hyped with you. I'll go crazy.
Yeah.
So the crowd starts reacting, and they're perceiving this as this is the pre-show.
Right.
So I'm reacting to it like it's the pre-show, and behind the curtain, the artists, I believe it was Flame, KB, they're all back there. Jason, I think Thiz was there too. They're like, "What's going on out there?" Like the show isn't supposed to start for like another half an hour.
Like,
or so.
What is going on?
So they're like, "What's going on?" And I'm just getting the crowd out. So at the time, I just think after I finished that, I'm like, "Oh wow, this is a really cool moment," and I'm just grateful for that. I'm thinking this was my cool moment, and I'm grateful for it, and that's just the end of that. Little did I know that because of the crowd getting hype and all that, and them seeing the reaction, a couple of weeks later, I get a text, and they're like, "Hey, I got a show coming up in Canada."
The text was from Flame?
Flame's wife.
Oh, okay, got you, because that was his manager.
So I get a text like, "Hey, like, there's a show coming up in Canada. Would you be open to DJing for Flame?" And I'm like, yes, I would be open to DJing for Flame.
Yeah.
At the time, I'm working at Walmart, and
crazy.
I don't have really seniority or anything like that, and I'm just like, I'm supposed to work on the weekends.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do this show.
Opportunity. That's a big opportunity, bro.
Yeah, so I agreed to do it, and they're just like, "Okay, do you have a passport?" And I'm like, "No, I don't have a passport." And they're like, "Okay, we need to get this expedited, and we need to do this. So we get that passport expedited, and I go to Canada, and I'm thinking this is going to be a show just like the show that I just did, or the pre-show in St. Louis, like a couple hundred people or so. So that's what I'm expecting.
Yeah.
We get to Canada, and we pull up. At the time, it was called Rexall Place Arena. This is like an arena that seats over 16,000 people. And I'm like,
what am I doing?
Yeah. So basically, what this event was the biggest youth conference in Canada.
Wow.
Called YC Alberta at the time.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, so this
like,
is
we
what
about
I'm
to
doing.
do this.
Yeah. So I basically very quickly had to get over any sort of stage fright or anything that I had at the time, because I'm like,
that was like your second show.
Yeah. So we get there, and I get the mask on, and we do the event, and it goes great. Uh-oh, I got somebody on me. We do the show, it goes great, and afterwards, on the flight back, they're like, hey, like, what do you think about DJing for me full time? And at the time, I'm like, well, I'm glad this came about, because I'm pretty much about to get fired from Walmart because I just showed up for work.
But bro, I took a major risk. That's crazy.
And after that point, I became his full-time DJ.
Wow, that's crazy. Wow. I love that, bro. That's so cool. That's so, ladies and gentlemen, that is the story. If you didn't understand what was like, what happened? Like, what? Like, my man, this is how he took the risk of, you know what I mean? I'm working this part-time job or whatever. Was it part-time or full-time?
It was, I think, full-time.
Wow. Yeah, bro. Like, you really took that risk. But so, I mean, like, but that's, I mean, again, testament to what you believed in, you know, what God had gifted you to do. And one's behind you.
I didn't know you were down there. I flew out of there.
I got one.
I'm coming back.
Get off the wall, man. Oh my gosh.
Jeez, where did you go?
I dipped,
I didn't even
bro.
know there was an inside of the building.
Bro, I dipped the heck out of there. I did not like this
Nice.
Tonto 22. It sucks. I killed his teammate, though.
But yeah, and also, even though that was a great opportunity, I also learned a lot throughout my years of DJing about, as far as like, just financial responsibility.
Right.
And that not every move that I made that I thought was a clear blessing was like a responsible move.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because while I was blessed to be able to tour and reach people and get a name out there, I was very like financially irresponsible at the time. Because rather than like, for example, I got let go from Walmart because of me just taking off. Okay, that's one thing. But I also didn't go and pursue another job at the time, which I could have managed both. But in my head, I thought that
You're like, I'm a full-time DJ now.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm doing this full time, so I shouldn't have to work a regular job. I'm not a regular person anymore. It's like, like if you're only doing this on weekends, get a job during the weekdays. Like,
Right, yeah, you could have been making extra money.
yeah, so I told this story before that. Oh, it was somebody upstairs. I did not know that. I thought the building was empty. I'm into the gulag. But yeah, I told the story before that I was out doing these huge events at festivals and things like that, and then coming back to St. Louis and riding the bus home because I didn't have a car.
Dang. He's like, bro, I could have had a car if I would have managed my money right.
Yeah, so it's a lot of things that I learned throughout my time of DJing about when it comes to just being financially responsible with what I should have been doing versus just trying to be a superstar.
Man, that's actual factuals though, man. That's like, That's like a super encouraging statement though, because like I feel like there's a lot of people that are up and coming or will go through something and feel like, yo, I'm doing this thing now, so I could just give up everything else. And you can, but oh jeez, somebody's on me.
Oh, I'm trying to get this load out. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm not dead. What? I don't know how to survive that. I didn't survive it for long.
Going across. I'm going across. We're gonna see if we can hit this guy. Oh, I'm about to run right up on him.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
there's two of them.
Yep. Oh no. Dang.
So is the Squid Man front man costume the most OP at the moment?
I don't know. Everybody's be using Squid Game stuff right now, bro. It's like,
Cause it's like pitch black.
yep. Give me that.
Oh, you were still able to see him.
Yerp. Oh man, my loadout's right there. Let's go. Can I get the loadout?
That's
Oh
how I died.
no.
Oh, there's somebody down. Oh, they're underneath it though.
Oh no.
Oh.
I got fried out of the sky, bro.
With a backflip.
Bro, I hit a hard backflip right there. That was mean. Ugh. Disgusting. All right, hold up. We're gonna leave this, and we're gonna go to Resurgence. We're gonna try Resurgence. Yeah, no,
All right.
I appreciate you sharing all that, man. That's super cool. That's an experience that you had, and that's also a lesson that you learned. You know what I mean? Like, be more responsible. So, kids, if you're watching and you up and coming, inspired artist or creative yourself, learn to manage your situation better with not letting, like we talked about earlier. Sometimes this stuff can get to your head and make you feel like, yeah, like I'm not like you. The key thing that you said was like, I'm not a normal person anymore. Wait, how so?
Yep.
How so, Andre? Please elaborate for the class. How are you not a normal man anymore? Well, see, I'm a DJ for Flame, and
Yeah, because that's also that was the catalyst to where I eventually got to the place where God told me to sit down from all of the things. That was like the beginning of the baby pride in me. Once you start getting booked and it's like, oh, well, I'm not just doing one event a week. I'm doing 3 a week. I'm in my head. I'm like, oh, I'm popping now. Like I'm really doing stuff out here. Like, and almost I started comparing even other DJs. Like, oh, well, they do 1 event a month or 1 every couple of months, and I'm out here. It's 3 a week for me.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is the funny thing in hindsight is I started getting prideful about something that actually had nothing to do with me. Flame was the one getting booked. I'm just the person he's bringing to DJ. He can literally choose anybody in the crowd. Hey, you want to play this music? You want to hit play? But in my head, I'm like, oh, they're here for the guy with the mask. Like,
wow.
Nobody knows that you're even going to be there. Why are you getting big?
That's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah, so it was a lot of dealing with pride, and it started off with smaller levels of pride, and as the years went on and a lot of things started going my way as far as like money issues, because at the time, remember at the time I'm doing these shows, but I also didn't realize that yes, during this summer, during his peak season where he just released an album, yes, he's booked 3 times a week or so, and he's doing this and that. In the winter time, he's chilling. he doesn't need to do all of these events, so he's not going to do all these events.
Yeah.
He's financially secure to where he doesn't have to be out on Christmas doing events.
Yeah,
So
no,
at this
facts.
point, it's like, oh, well, now I'm doing one event every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
How are you going to pay for things when you're doing one event every couple of weeks and you don't have a job? So if at this time I started getting more like frustrated, and I started getting like entitled, like, oh well, I'm Flame's DJ, so he should be worrying about this. He should be the one thinking, oh well, how is my DJ is going to pay for bills?
Right. Well,
And
it's
it's like,
crazy.
so basically, starting to get big headed and started getting prideful and started getting ungrateful. That's basically what it was. Ungratefulness. It's like,
Yeah.
then the following year, it's like, oh well, I only want to do such and such shows if it pays this, and almost like kind of making demands like, I want to get this per show, and
Because I
almost
deserve
feeling
blah, blah,
entitled.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, 100%. And fortunately and graciously, Flame never really confronted me harshly about it, which he could have. Like, he
Oh,
could have been
yeah.
like, hey man, like, why you acting? He was gracious. He was like very gracious in his answers. Like, if it wasn't in the budget, or if it was, oh man,
Oh,
I
did you
hit
already
splat.
die?
wait, I gotta sell.
Oh, somebody here.
But yeah, he was very gracious, and even though at the time I wasn't about a lot of things, but he would just graciously be like, hey, like, well, yeah, I can't afford to pay this because it's not in the budget or things like that. But I could tell the trajectory was bad at that point.
Yeah.
And fast forward to a couple of years later was when God revealed, like, hey, like, what you tell people you're doing this for, that's not why you're really doing this. This isn't ministry, as you say. This isn't
Right.
to help people. This is just to pay your bills. This is just a job, and you're no different than any other DJ who
Wow.
they just do it for money. So God just told me to sit down and just chill on everything. And also, it wasn't just chilling on everything DJ related at the time. This is also around the time I got into streaming.
There's a guy here.
Okay,
Oh my God.
I'm not that close.
Dang it.
I think I got enough money.
Bro,
though.
I
I'm
hit
gonna
a
see if I
zip
can
line
get you
and
back.
I hit a zip line to go
Oh.
up, and the dude was right in my face. Don't die, you got 5. Never mind.
Don't die, you got 5.
Don't die, you got 5 seconds. I mean, never mind. We're going back to the menu. Great, GG's.
Oh, I forgot this is Resurgence.
Oh, that
I'm
just
thinking
that
this is
just
the
that
regular
just
one,
got
but I'm like,
clipped,
oh,
bro.
what map is this?
That's turning into a clip for sure. Oh my gosh. All right, so let me ask you this, man. What is something, because now, like, you're married, you know what I'm saying? You got a son, you have other responsibilities, you got new things, right, that are taking precedence over some of even your own creativeness, which is awesome to see. I love seeing you post about, you know, you and Ashley and you guys in relationship, and just like some of the stuff that I've seen, you know, you and your son in the past doing YouTube and making content, like that stuff was mad cool. What has, in a post DJ Chosen Boy / Flame era of your life, right? Like, I feel like you seem more grounded, you seem more stuck on the right things, and your focus is on a stabilized environment of understanding, like, you know, humbling yourself and seeing, like, you know, all these different things that you kind of were getting yourself to, and then you kind of saw God backtrack a lot of that. And how do you feel like your relationship now with, you know, being married and all the things, man, plays a part in what how you operating now? You know what I mean?
I think it's definitely been a completely new experience for me because I'm so used to just being able to just decide what I think is best based on just how I feel about things. And it's like, oh, well, this makes sense for me, so I can just pursue it. So it's definitely been interesting as far as like balancing, like, okay, like this might make sense for me, but does it make sense for our family? Even when it comes to right now, the area where I'm doing this gaming and also my DJ equipment is right back here. This is in our basement.
Oh, okay, nice.
As far as like we have to figure out and balance, okay, what makes sense as far as where I'm creating things that doesn't disturb everything else in the house.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yep.
been definitely new. We're still figuring out because I'm even still figuring out as far as like sound levels. Like, okay, how would I be able to DJ without
Waking everybody up.
Yeah, or being loud because I'm more of the. I'll wake up in the morning and I'll play some music out loud and not feel anything about it. My wife isn't really like that. It's like, hey, like kind of loud, like.
Oh my gosh! I didn't see this guy.
Oh man. So
Oh.
I'm definitely still trying to figure out as far as like the balance of like what makes sense as far as me pursuing different things that I want to do, but also that doesn't interfere with the household and just find that balance with that.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, how do you? But like, how do you? So I mean, like, there's that balance of that, but then like even just doing, like, what you're desiring to do, and even the stuff like creatively, like, how is does do you feel like having family now, like, and marriage and all that stuff, is it giving you more of a reason and an inspiration to do certain things?
to an
Or
extent,
a different, or has it been different?
yeah, I thought that what I thought that I would feel was that I would want to do certain things simply to impress them. But as I eventually got back into the thick of like DJing and things like that, I kind of saw it as like, oh, like they realized like, oh, this is just Andre DJing.
Right,
music.
right.
I'm like, wait, like this actually isn't like what I was expecting to feel. Like, oh, they actually get that it's still just me. He's just playing music and throwing on face paint, but it's just Andre. So it kind of alleviated some of the pressure that I thought that I was gonna feel about like, hey, like I need to make sure that I get back into touring or something like that, so they can see what this is like and be like overly impressed. It's like, well, we know you're Andre. It's just with the
Somebody's
with
here.
face paint on.
Somebody's here.
Oh,
Oh, I got fried.
jeez.
Oh my gosh.
So after, because one of my favorite events that I've done in recent times or recent years was DJing for the Kansas City Royals game.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen
for
that.
event, yeah, for that event, we surprised our son Emery. He thought we were just going to the baseball game. He's like, oh, like we're going to a baseball game. For some reason, we're going in Kansas City because we're in St. Louis. Like, oh, I guess this just be a road trip
Yeah.
to see a baseball game. He didn't know that I was going because I'm actually DJing
In it.
at the game. Yeah. So it was a complete surprise to him when it was time and I'm putting on face paint and then we go out to the field and they're escorting.
What was his
all of us,
what was
like
his
my
response
family.
at all that?
Just kind of shocked, like, wait, he's about to what? Like, oh yeah, he's about to go out there and perform in front of the
whole
baseball
stadium,
stadium.
yeah. That's so funny.
So yeah, as people were escorting us to the little different pathways and all that stuff, it's just like, wait, what are we doing?
That's dope,
But
bro.
I did enjoy that experience. But it's kind of like I started realizing, like, okay, once you've kind of done it once,
Yeah.
they get the gist of it, and it's like you don't really have to
Yeah.
experience it over and over and over.
Yeah. Yep.
So now I'm just getting to a place where just getting used to just figuring out how God wants me to use my gifts, even if it's not on like a larger scale,
Right.
like I'm used to, or before, because now it's like, okay, I realize I actually don't need to do that to impress them.
Right.
So
I think that's dope,
just-
man. I mean, and does that have anything to do with the change, like your name being changed from Chosen Boy to Andre Arcade? Like, what made you change? Because it sounds like to me, Chosen Boy versus Andre Arcade is you just being you, Andre, right? It's just being Andre. And yeah, I mean, explain maybe the change. How did you change your name from DJ Chosen Boy to Andre Arcade?
Yeah, the first thought of the name change came about. It was actually going to be something different. The original idea, which I've actually never talked or revealed this anywhere.
Nice.
The original idea of me changing my name was going to be that there was going to be two completely different DJs running simultaneously with each other.
Huh.
So DJ Chosen Boy was still going to be out doing DJ Chosen Boy events, but this other DJ, which the name at the time was going to be DJ.
Oh my gosh, I'm playing so bad. Gracious.
I believe the DJ name at the time was going to be DJ 412, or what was it? DJ. Man, it was DJ 120. Oh, DJ 128. Because
12-8.
at the time I was doing I was playing a lot of EDM music, so the BPM that I normally DJ'd in was around 128. So it's gonna be
nice.
DJ 128, and that DJ look was gonna be looking similar to my Andre Arcade look, but it was gonna be a lot more darkish. So I was going to have every part of my body covered to where you don't even know what race the DJ 128 is. And that DJ was going to be out doing completely different bookings in the EDM world.
Oh, that'd be wild.
Yeah, so that was the original idea. Just over time, I decided against that. But I still was stuck on like, hey, like I still do want to change this name. I just don't want to do that with it anymore. So it just so happened that around that time, that's when I started finding this new passion in gaming. So I believe it was Mixer at the time, or
Mixer.
Well, no, it wasn't Mixer. Well, it was even maybe even after Mixer. But I was gonna basically start streaming on Facebook gaming, and I'm just like, I really want to use my real name in some kind of way. So that's where that was when I discovered
Somebody
the
here.
Andre Arcade name.
Oh no, get him. He's inside. Frick.
Oh man,
no.
I'm telling you, this outfit is OP. I could not see it.
He's wearing the same one you are?
Yep. Everybody's wearing this thing.
Yeah, it's the new broken skin. I think there was a chick that had there's a girl skin that was out that was all black. I can't remember what it was, but I remember that jump being busted too. So you were gonna be DJ. Was it 12?
12-8.
12-8. 12-8. Yeah, and then that was because that was the BPMs of a lot of the records. And then you switched it because you were getting into gaming and all that kind of stuff, and then you were like, "How do I?"
I always wanted people to refer to my real name in some kind of way. I was
Sure.
just at the time it was a while until I could figure out something that was catchy.
Yeah.
So eventually I found it. I'm like, Andre Arcade. That sounds. I like that.
Yeah.
That's the way that flows, and also I want to get into gaming. It just made sense.
Yeah,
So I ran with that.
that's dope.
Dropped the DJ Chosen Boy name and went full force into gaming at the time, which I wasn't expecting to do. I thought that the name change was going to mostly coincide with a new DJ look, but it just so happened the timing was perfect. Got into gaming,
That's sick, bro.
and streaming.
Nah, and I think too, like, you just tapped into just being who you are, and who, like, not just you're not one dimensional of just a DJ. Like, it's something that can be universal as a creative person, right? Like you being a creative, and I think that's what's super dope about that as well, is that it goes with just all the things that you ever could or would touch can fit within that. Can fit within it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so yeah, I love that, bro. Because I mean, if you think about an arcade, what does an arcade have? An arcade has like, it's not just one arcade box. It's a place where there's multiple variants of types of art, like games. There's all different types of things to do inside of an arcade. So it's like you could have the shooter games, you could have the, you know, whatever. It's like, this is the arcade. This is everything. Yeah. And I think that's super cool, man. I love that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's really cool. So we're gonna probably do like one more match. Let's see if we can cook right now. Let's try to focus on focus on one game. Let's see if we can try to walk away with some solid teamwork right now.
Hey, so what are, I know there's a different kind of rule set or something with Resurgence. What should our strategy be on here? Because I'm actually not as familiar with the Resurgence mode.
Yeah, it's just like if you die, try to stay, like if somebody dies on the team, you want to stay alive till that timer comes back. You know what I mean? Because then you can get your teammate back.
All right.
That's kind of the rule of thumb. Somebody's here. Right above us. They're watching over there. I'm trying to hear them. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so we wanna just try to like stay together, work together, but like,
okay.
There's somebody here. They're here. I hear feet. Yep.
You looked at me.
Yep. Got him. He's here. Coming. Oh, what? He saw me, bro. Frick!
Oh, man.
Dang it!
Oh, that's the same guy.
No way. He dropped in and said, yo, I'm going back. Terrible, bro.
Yep, it's two teammates dressed as clowns. They got the same
skin. So it's two teammates as the Terrifier skin. Oh my gosh. Never watched that movie, by the way. That movie is, we couldn't even finish it. Me and Summer turned it on one time. I told Asian Zing about this in the chat a couple years ago. I heard people like Terrifier 2 hit the theaters or something. It was like Halloween, and I was like, what's this movie about, bro? Because everybody was talking about how people were getting sick in the movie theaters because it was like it was that crazy. And I was like, what the heck? And we went and watched the first one, and it was like, I think they made it on like a $50,000 budget, and it apparently like blew up. And I'm like, what the heck? And we went and watched it. It was disgusting, bro. I was like, we couldn't make it through. We got halfway through it and was like, nope, turn it off right now. Turn it off.
Most horror movies I actually haven't seen, even like the ones people would consider classics. I just haven't seen. It's like I don't know. Maybe it's me stereotyping horror movies that the plot isn't going to be that good, because I'm really into like dramas and deep plot twists and all that stuff. In my head, I'm like, it's a horror movie. What plot twist could it really have? So most of them I actually haven't seen.
Yeah, nah. It's like some of them are just like there's no real big plot. It's just like, let's just make scary, weird, twisted
jump scares and stuff.
Yeah, just twisted, disgusting stuff just to make you be like, ugh, like, nah. Dang, Zing said talking and focused equals same results. Exactly, bro. We're playing so bad right now. That's what happens when we're talking and just, but then we stop talking and we still get fried. But
Yeah, I don't know if this mode is like, if it caters more to a stealthy approach.
no, you
type of
you
gameplay.
can, but it's hard to like. You gotta know when to push. It's faster paced because it's smaller maps, and you just keep respawning. And there's only like 40 or 50 people on the map, so it's like it's different. But yeah, man. I was gonna say when you're at the point that you're in now in your career, and you've already accomplished. I mean, to be fair, I mean you've done a lot, you've seen a lot, you've experienced a lot in a little bit of time, and more than what most will ever experience. As far as like being able to go and put their craft on display and do something unique and different. There's definitely people landing here. I down one.
Nice.
Aha. Got team.
Oh,
Bring him out. Bring him out. Oh, he got me. He got me. I hit this guy. There's a guy here. He's right around the corner.
oh!
Dang it.
I thought he hit you from
No,
afar.
no. Oh my gosh, we're dying so much. Andre. Oh my gosh. All right, well, last one. This is the last one for real. We're done. We're done after this. All right, we're gonna get ready to close shop up. But as you've done like all this different stuff, you've experienced a lot of different things, man. Like, what are you looking forward to now? Like, what is next? Like, you know what I mean? For Andre Arkade, like, what is the next thing for you to do that you feel like God's calling you into? You know what I mean?
I feel like God is currently calling me into really making an impact on the mashup remix space, but also being a light in that area. Last month, I was blessed to enter a Christmas mashup challenge.
Yeah, seen that.
By Beatport and DJ City, one of the top DJ companies in the world, and it's a national, not national, it's a global mashup competition, open to absolutely everybody. It's not a Christian thing, and I was blessed to be a finalist.
Crazy.
And I'm going against the top DJs, some of the top DJs in different countries, like made it to the top 5, and it just helped me see like, okay, like the gifting that God gave me, even though, yes, what I'm doing, I do Christian hip hop.
Sure.
But that doesn't mean that I'm less of a DJ than those doing secular.
Right.
So I just want to be a light in the area where it's like, okay, like this guy's making mashups of like Christian hip hop music, or he's doing this and that, but the quality of it is just
Still
as good
high.
and on par, yeah, and higher than some of the secular guys, to where I just want to give glory to God with what I'm doing, to where like people see like, oh, like the Christian stuff isn't.
I mean,
not
the
second rate.
funny thing is the way you approach that is the same way myself as a rapper. Like, I approach the same thing when I get on. Like, I don't have to. I can go into a secular mainstream space with other, like, which I have done. I've been in bars and clubs before where I've rapped, and like, I'm the only Christian rapper. My content is different, but my quality is just as good, if not even better, than everybody else's. And it's like, but then they're like, yo, like, who is this guy? Like, he doesn't have to talk about all the same stuff, you know what I mean? And still holding it down. Yeah, that's dope, bro. Oh, no.
Yeah,
it's
so
not-
even also outside of that, I was able to DJ a showcase event in my city. It wasn't a Christian event, it's just a mainstream showcase where DJs just showcase what they do for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And it just helped me feel so free, knowing that what I bring to the table isn't second rate, isn't less than somebody else. and just being respected as a DJ, just for what I'm doing. It's like, hey, like that was different. Like we didn't expect for you to, when you playing the juvenile beat, to throw in Fred Hammond over. Like we weren't expecting that. We thought it was going to go somewhere else. It's like, oh, I do what I do. So I want to be able to do that.
Oh my gosh, bro!
More often.
I keep getting caught. Just get caught slipping, man. So crazy.
Hey, I got a kill so far.
Nice.
With the helicopter.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
That's great, bro.
I'm just knocking him out the sky.
I
as
see you.
him.
I see you. Look. There's somebody. Oh my gosh. My man Andre just fishing him out. Oh my gosh. No, he didn't. Oh, I'm getting fried. I just died. I got busted out of the sky.
Oh,
There's a guy
man.
right below you, by the way. Careful. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm back.
Welcome
Gracious. Yes.
back. I was trying to run some people over.
Andre's doing what he does best. Oh no! Oh my god, I'm dead again! What is happening? Oh my.
Uh-oh.
This is terrible. This is absolutely crazy.
Oh, you're back. Perfect.
I am. Feel like I'm about to die though.
I'm back.
Of course I land and get killed. I don't stand a chance in this game, bro. Oh my gosh. This lobby, I just cannot get anything going. I land, I get shot. I land, I have no guns, I get shot. Like, what is going on, bro?
Ooh, I'm getting sniped at. Oh, that hurt.
Watch, there's gonna be somebody over here. I'm gonna get shot at. Okay, I give up. I'm just getting just destroyed. This is insane. Yeah, bro. Like, and what?
Oh, that was close.
I can't do nothing. I'm literally having 0 luck, dude. This is crazy. Give me my loadout. Up, and I'm dead. Look at that. Look at that. I land. I literally landed, and I'm 0 kills. Somebody's probably watching, bro.
Woo! They got me.
Yeah, well, they got me every single time I landed. I literally had 0 chance to do anything. It was insane.
7th place wasn't as bad as the other one.
That was insane, bro. Oh my gosh. All right. I need a break from that. Good gosh. I don't think I've had that bad of a landing strip, and I don't know when the last time. That was sheesh. Crazy. All right. So, all right, we're gonna jump into the last little bit of this podcast, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're still tuned in with us, man, thank you guys for rocking with us here on the Creative in God Mode podcast, man. I really appreciate y'all. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it, where we get it in, play some games. Y'all see how bad we suck, and trying to answer questions just is hard enough. Now, the other night we were playing custom lobbies, and it was a lot of fun. So if you ever want to join in and you want to be a part of the creative community, feel free to join in and be a part of it with us, man, and join the Discord. The link should be in the description on YouTube, or if you're on Twitch, you should put !Discord in the chat. That'll get you hooked up for that, and you can join in.
Play
and
on Justin's
we game
team.
it up.
Don't play on mine or we'll lose.
Hey, I don't know. Sometimes look, bro. I have my moments where I do okay, and then there's moments where I'm just like, oof, I was rough. And it's because I don't play as much anymore, man. Like I just don't play as much as during COVID, bro. I was on it. Like, you remember that time, Andre? I was like Call of Duty'd out. I feel like I was running it, and yeah. Now I'm for the past couple of years have not been able to play a whole lot, and then now my stream schedule, I'm only doing 3 nights a week, so I'm only really getting. That's the only time I really game is like those 3 nights, and then I may do some with my kids here and there all offline, but yeah. So let me real quick before we end the stream, man. Talking about speaking of gaming, you know, how do you see gaming? How do I want to say this? Like, how do you see gaming and hip hop and Christian hip hop kind of? How do you see those worlds blending? Like, when you think Christian hip hop and gaming, do you think they really coexist in a way that's, you know, what we're trying to do here? But like, do you see there kind of a way of intersection in that?
I do. Or I see the potential in that intersection. I just think it just takes people leading the charge like yourself, and just bringing exposure to that. I know it'll definitely be an interesting shift for you, being like kind of the trailblazer, because you don't really have a roadmap to follow. It's like, hey, like whatever you're supposed to do, you have to basically figure it out through trial and error.
Yeah.
And fortunately, through guys leading you,
Sure.
you also figured it out. But I definitely think that all of those worlds can collide perfectly.
Yeah. I mean, would you agree though? Like, cause like in my experience, man, a lot of rappers and just artists in general, a lot of, specifically in hip hop, man, like I've always experienced a lot of like gamers within hip hop, period. Not just Christian rap, like Christian hip hop. It's kind of everywhere. You know what I mean? Across hip hop, gaming references in their bars, or like when they write, or, you know, guys on the road, or when guys get together and just hang out. Like there's always gaming is some type of, it's always been an outlet for a lack of better terms, I feel like, within hip hop. And so for me, it just kind of made sense to be like, yo, like seeing these kind of roads come together and allowing artists to be able to utilize like their passion for gaming in a way to be like, hey, like, you guys like to play video games, cool. Like we all know we love to rap and do all that, but man, when I'm not rapping, for me, it was like I was doing this. I'm playing games with my friends, and I'm like, what a better way to like do that than create a public space for people to like listen and grow together, and like we have a little bit of purpose while we're out here too. You know what I'm saying? And we're really trying to put Christian hip hop on the map, because for me, again, Christian hip hop helped change my life. God used that as a tool to like change. And so I think, yeah, like for me, like, and so I wanted to know for you, like, could you see those as a like, man, this makes sense. This would be like, I think this is a thing that does cross at some point, because like I'm assuming through other rappers you've experienced, like gamers are within those spaces.
Oh yeah, it's like a lot in that space, in the spaces. I remember talking to Tory Deshaun. One of the earlier conversations I had with Tory Deshaun was about gaming. He's really big into the 2K series, and
there you go.
I would go online and don't see him. He's online. Jason at the time, he was really big into gaming. Me, him, and JR used to play. Yep. But it's just, especially when you think about events like South by Southwest, and I remember being I don't even know whose hotel room we were in, but everybody was just in there just gaming, and this is what people are doing outside of the music. You just don't, some just don't publicize. It's like, put it out there, like, play in front of people. Like it only makes sense. Yeah, and I think everybody's I think it'd be cool to see more even just Christian hip hop artists think outside of just their regular content creation boxes, and be like, hey, like, man, I want to step into the arena of being on stream to game and bring some of that element into what it is that I do. And I think, you know, if I got to be one to try and really trailblaze that or do something different, like, cool. Like,
But yeah, man, I'm excited about those things, man. And I was curious to see how, what you thought about Christian hip hop and gaming being kind of in this formulated similar bridge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can also see events like live streams, gaming live streams going on at events like Holy Smoke. Like they have
That'd be crazy.
a lot of other things. Like they've had basketball games, they've had this and that. It's like, wouldn't people want to see some of their favorite Christian hip hop artists maybe go head to head on the screen, like throw it up on the projector? Like,
yes,
it only makes sense.
Yeah. Hey, no big deal. Indie Tribe. Look, if people want to get that Holy Smoke on the sticks, holla at me. We can try to set that up. Let's set that up and bring me out, bring Andre out, do something. We can set it up, host it, and get your favorite Christian rappers and other rappers who you may not even know. They get a name for themselves because they find out that they got that smoke on the sticks, bro. And they just body bag.
You already told me you a gamer. You on the 2K. It only makes sense, man.
Hey, we here, bro. It does, like, bring the gamers in. Holy smoke. 2025, 2026. What up with it? Let's go.
Hey.
Yeah, like that'd be crazy. All right, so last thing we're gonna get into. If you have any questions in the chat, get those ready. And then we're gonna ask Andre your questions in the chat in just a second. But before we do that, we have a new segment, right? A new segment that's going to be brought to you every time that we do these podcasts now by the one and only Rapzilla.com. Rapzilla is one of the premier, if not the premier, Christian hip-hop website for any of your Christian hip-hop needs or news and updates and upcoming artists, all the in-betweens dealing with Christian hip-hop. There's a lot of that is found at Rapzilla.com. So make sure y'all go check them out. They have a lot of artists that they themselves have put onto their distribution list, who we're going to have some of those guys and ladies maybe even on the stream here and on the podcast. So I'm excited about that. And they just put out a whole bunch of new music literally today. I was just in talks with them earlier. So there's a lot of new music from Rapzilla. You can check them out on Spotify. They have a playlist. Go run it up. There's a lot of new music you guys can find up there on Spotify. Look up Rapzilla Christian hip hop playlist. Go check that out. All right. So, but this new segment is brought to you by them, Rapzilla.com. This is the question of the night. All right, the question of the night to Andre. All right, so you're the first one to get the Rapzilla question of the night, bro. You know what I mean?
The pressure is on. The pressure is on.
This is it. Rapzilla.com. Question of the night is this: which Christian rap artist do you hope drops an album in 2025?
That's a tough one because I'm a fan of a lot, but my answer surpasses being a fan of this artist.
Okay.
I would want Thizzle to drop a project in 2025. Ooh. And I'll explain why. Not just for the music. I think Thizzle has a voice that's needed in the space.
Yeah, I like that.
I think his wisdom is needed in the space. Like whenever Thizzle pops out to speak on anything related to Christian hip hop, it's a lot of wisdom that comes behind it.
Oh yeah.
And I think him putting out an album, putting out some new music in the space, it just invites him more into that conversation. And I just think that's needed right now in the Christian hip hop space.
Yeah, bro. I love that. I think Thizzle, we need new music, bro. We need do it for the culture, bro. We need the music. You know what I mean? He's an OG, and the dude is just stank face every time a beat drops with Thizzle. I feel like every time it's just so gritty, it's so real. In his music, there's a lot of sincerity, and like you said, there's a lot of gems he's dropping in what he's saying. Like if you listen and pay attention, Like, you really can grow and step up your game as just a person in general. You just, despite the fact that it's Christian and it's gonna elevate your soul, it's gonna elevate you as a person as well, man. Like, and just holistically. So, bro, yes, I agree. I didn't know who you were gonna say, but you being from St. Louis, that makes even more sense, bro. Like, Thizzle, bring some new music. I'm here for it.
Yeah. Even outside of the music, like my biggest impact as a man, as a Christian, a lot of that stuff came from Thizzle, just through him just being real with me about some stuff. Even when it comes to rebuke, like, hey, like, you doing this, like, that ain't cool. Like, I just really respect people who will tell the truth in love.
Yeah.
And I think that he's always come from a place of, hey, I've learned a lot in my life, and I'm gonna share it.
Yeah.
So I love that.
Nah, that's sick, man. I love that too, man. That's super dope. Yeah, and I know you you know Thizzle pretty well though, like to some degree. I would assume do you still talk with him?
Not as often, but yeah, I definitely gotta chop it up with him soon.
Nice, man. Yeah, you need to do that, man. And let him know he needs to get on the sticks with us over here on the pod, bro. Say, hey, man, you need to hop on the sticks, even if you suck, bro. It's all good. Just get on there and wild out, man. We want to see.
That's Thizzle
throw a controller, bro.
Game.
Invite him, bro. Invite him to your house and let him play on your setup. And, like, let's just do it just for the culture, bro. Just bring him in. Hey, like, you ain't got to be good, bro. You ain't got to be good. Just hop on here and talk, bro. And, like, just rip it, bro. Like, give him a busted controller. And if you're like, yo, if you get mad, just throw it, bro. Like, we'll clip it. We'll clip it and turn it into it.
Yeah, when I got into streaming and also when I announced the name change down to Arkade, we were actually living across the street from each other.
That's crazy.
Around that time.
That's crazy. That's super dope. Wow, next door neighbors to Thizzle. That's sick. Oh man, that's super cool. Zing said in the chat, he said KB needs a cook. Man, listen, I love KB, but he be dropping music. We already know KB's gonna be dropping. He already said he's dropping a new single on the 31st. He's dropping one next week. So KB's active out here. We know he's gonna drop something. He's not gonna go.
That's a given.
Yeah, that's a given. Like who are we anticipating an album from that maybe we're just like, you know what? I really need an album by this guy. You know what I mean? But Zing only really knows KB and Lecrae and Andy Mineo. He doesn't really know anybody else. He's not cultured enough. We're working on him. You know what I'm saying? He's low key. Like, he doesn't know it, but really the podcast, if it's not for anybody else, it's actually just for Brandon. It's for Asian Zing. Zing, this podcast is literally, I do this every night for you, or every week.
That's for you.
It's for you. This is for you to get educated and to get equipped in your brain and in your heart and in your ministry to be able to know, like, oh, these are some upcoming artists. And so that way when you're talking to some of your people in your youth group, you could be like, hey, I know who this is. And they'll be like, what? And you ain't got to tell them where you learn. We know, and that's fine. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? He said, bro, he did that sneak peek at Passion, and I was like, I need this. He said, that's facts. I know no one. Oh, it's 100% for me. I be adding people from my youth playlist, or I add people to my youth playlist. Nice. There you go,
Funny
man.
thing is that Passion performance, I downloaded the whole thing just in case it was going to get taken off of YouTube. I got it saved on my hard drive. I'm like, this song is dope, and then the whole set was dope. I'm like, I want to watch it again. I'm like, save.
Nice. You talking about the recent Passion set, right?
Yeah. The whole thing where he also performed the new song that's coming out on the 31st.
Okay, yeah. I'm definitely going to be reacting to that one. That one's going to go up on the channel for sure.
Nice.
KB's dope, man. You've had a chance to meet him a couple times as well, so that's pretty cool.
And DJ for him. So
yeah, if you DJ for him, which is sick. So I've had a chance to meet him just a couple times. I actually saw him in Philly not too long ago, which was cool. Caught up with him for like 30 seconds because he had to hurry up and catch a flight, but we were talking for just a split second. He remembered me as the Green Ranger, which was dope. So which is the one thing everybody does remember from my previous time doing music was that, because, and we knew that was going to happen, because who else is running around rapping?
That.
How do you forget a dude rapping with a Green Ranger suit? Like, and rapping well. Like, wait, it was crazy. He said, I don't blame you. I was hyped watching it in my living room. He said, I couldn't believe, bro. Hip hop, the Holy Forever song. Never would have thought, bro. You can sample almost anything, bro, and turn it into something. Like, you just gotta have the right producer and the right it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Asian Zing had he has a question in the chat. He said, question: if you could collab with as many or whoever you wanted to, who would you choose? Now, mind you, that's not saying artists, but it could be. But it doesn't sound like it's limited to. If you could collab with anybody, whoever you want, who would it be?
I have an answer for that. I would collab with. This would be a kind of like a 4-way collab. I would collab with you, Padlock Gaming, and Isabella Grace. All of y'all have very similar fields. Christians in the gaming sphere, Warzone players, Call of Duty players. And I think that just being able to connect y'all, that would make me happy.
Hey, I'm here for it. Let's make it happen, man. Let's make it happen. Let's do a big collab stream, bro. Are they Twitch streamers?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
nice.
Isabella Grace, she actually occasionally plays with Chris Brown, even though she's 100% passionate about her faith and 100% Christian. He still goes over to her party like, hey, let's play. And you're like, yeah, it's like she's interviewed Kai Cenat and all that. And
you know her?
Yes. Yeah.
How? How'd that happen?
Through Twitch. Now that I think about it, I'm like, how did we get connected?
That's dope, man.
I think one day I was just browsing on Twitch, the Christian tab, and watching people, and this was before the Chris Brown stream, before things really start blowing up. But yeah, I mean she's always been doing big things anyway, but at the time it was like, oh, it's a Christian streamer. And because sometimes you go to some Christian streamer channel and it's kind of Christian, but then it's like, oh, they're pressing up a storm and stuff. Like, oh, what this isn't what I thought. But she was legit, and I'm like, okay, a legit Christian streamer, and just start following, and then I just start seeing her talk more about her mission, and she's unapologetically Christian, but also she's here to reach people on Call of Duty and things like that. So
so she plays COD too. Bet.
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, yeah, we gotta make this happen, chat. We gotta make this happen. This sound like a definite. That's crazy. What an answer, bro. That's super cool, man. That's super dope.
Yeah.
OG Livick said, I like the donut beanie. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like somebody told me the other day, they're like, I think you've been wearing this orange beanie a lot, and we saw it in one of your recent videos. Like, I think this might be your new like signature look, is this orange beanie. I was like, oh my gosh.
I'll tell you this orange jacket isn't by accident. I knew you were going to be wearing the orange beanie. I'm like, hey, I want to match. Like,
okay, all right, okay. It's definitely I guess it's on brand. Jeez, the orange beanie is about to be on brand for your boy. I got it. That's so funny, bro. He says, sheesh, I'll throw another question in here if no one else is going to ask. Yeah, ask questions. Maybe y'all got some questions. We'll take a couple minutes. Take a couple minutes to ask them. So OG Livick and anybody else that's still in the chat with us, ask a question to one of the best, if not the best live Christian hip-hop DJ out here on the ones and twos, man. Mr. Andre Arkade. He's with us tonight, man. Hey. So y'all got to make sure y'all give him the questions that you want to ask, man. It could be anything. I'm pretty sure he'll try to answer, as long as it's
any question,
as long as it's appropriate, nothing weird. He said, how does everyone know DJ Wado? I'm assuming this is the one that we know from Raleigh. Yes, he's not from Raleigh, but yes, Jersey stand up over there for Mr. Wado. It is the same one. It's the one and only. Yeah,
no, most of 2024, I was actually editing the YouTube videos for DJ Wado, the interviews and all that stuff. So I tapped back into my editing bag for a while. So, yep.
Yeah. It's crazy. He said, for your information, KB songs tend to get claimed and blocked if you use them in reactions, at least in my experience on YouTube. Yeah, it might get blocked in certain countries or something like that. It might, I don't know, like, and you got to probably stop it 20 times or something and help break it up. But yeah, it might get hit a little bit, but it's all good. Because still people can still view it and listen to it. They're just not going to be able to. It may get still blocked and put down for. I won't be able to make money from it. But I don't really make money from YouTube anyway, so I don't. Yeah. It's not that big of a deal to me. I'm just like, hey, if it reaches people, great. You know what I mean?
Hey.
And if it gets the music out there, cool. And to somebody new who doesn't listen to KB yet, and they happen to run across it, great. Like that's cool. That's a win for me. And if people out of that subscribe to my channel and catch other things with other artists or even some of my own music, then praise. That's dope. Maybe they subscribe to the YouTube and they find themselves in a live stream watching the Creative in God Mode podcast, right? Like that's a win. Like it doesn't have like, yeah, I've gotten to the point where I'm like, if it gets clipped or it gets like, you know, demonetized because of it, whatever. But yeah, that's real though, Livic. That's true.
Hey, OG Livic isn't David Livic, is he? It's a different person, right?
No idea.
OG Livic, are you related to David Livic? I just recognized that last name.
Yeah, I don't have the end like that with them Zing. I don't have the end like that.
You are David? Oh wow. Like the David Livic from YouTube?
Is that wait. Hold up.
Because he mentioned as far as like his YouTube experience, and I love David Livic on YouTube. So
I don't need wait a minute. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna go searching. Hold on. You done piqued my interest, man.
Oh wow. He said he is.
He said what?
Yeah, I love your content.
Hey. Man, praise, bro. Hold up. What's going on, man? What is happening right now? David, is it Livick? Right?
Yeah.
David Livick. Yep. Okay. Nice. Hold up. I make videos about Christian hip hop. My channel is based around Christian hip hop and Christian music. My goal is to lift up the scene. Come on, bro. Oh, we on the same mission to some degree, brother. Let's go. I just hit the subby button for you. Come on, man. Let's go. I was
about to say David Livick is an OG, but his name is OG Livick on here, so
that's crazy.
I know you're OG.
Come on, man. I got you. Yo, Livick, man. Thanks for showing up in the chat with us, man. That's super dope, bro. Wow. I think I've seen some of your content as well, then, because I recognize. Oh, and I just got a sub by the OG himself. Come on, somebody. Oh my Lord, man, let's go, bro. Come on, live it, my guy.
This
hey,
is gamer tag. I had no idea you were a gamer.
And hey, look, see, man,
That's
look,
so dope.
look at God bringing people together right here. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's why we out here. What games do you play, Livick? We have to get you squatted up with us, man. We got people from CHH to just the regular, you know, everyday sweatbox gamers showing up to get sweaty on the sticks. You know what I mean? Playing Call of Duty. But we play Call of Duty, Fortnite, and Marvel Rivals mainly. Those would have been the 3 games I've been playing the most right now. But yeah. Mostly just play Rocket League now, but used to play a lot of Counter-Strike?
Oh, nice.
That's crazy. Okay. I feel that, man. Rocket League is dumb competitive, man. There's a huge scene for that, man. I suck at that game though. I ain't gonna front. Like cars playing soccer is wild. I did play Fortnite and Warzone a lot in lockdown. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that, bro. Yeah, well, if you could pick one to roll with us on, Livick, would you play Fortnite or would you play Call of Duty if you were to hop on with us and just rock? The link has been broke. It keeps getting broken. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore.
It's an ever broken link.
Listen, it's weird because every time the Discord is something's wrong with Discord, bro. Because every link that they say is never expiring, it expires. It's true. All right. Well, Zing just posted a good Discord link for you there. Live it. You got the link right there. He said either Fortnite. No builds? Okay, bet. See, we're a lot alike. We're a lot alike then because when I play Fortnite, I don't build. Scratch that, bro. I'm literally not building. Not at all, bro. Like, nah. Nope. Just let me pick up a weapon and run and gun and use whatever little bit of stuff I find to get me out of harm's way. Yeah, Warzone's always fun, man. We play multiplayer too, though. Which has been cool. We like custom lobbies last night, which was dope. But yeah, Andre, man, yo, thank you, man, for just being here. Thank you for being on episode 5 of this podcast, man. This live streamed podcast, Creative in God Mode, where we take creatives, bring them in here specifically from an urban context and Christian hip hop, and we bring them in here to let people get more aware of other people on their journey as a creative. And man, before we get out of here, is there any just final thoughts, man, that you would like to just encourage listeners and viewers or anybody who comes across this content to be like, hey, to Christian creatives like yourself that are, you're a DJ, you're a graphic designer. If y'all don't see his logo right there, like the Andre Arcade logo, he made that. Like if you go watch any of his streams, the dude's got crazy transitions that he made. He whipped them up. Like my man is just multi-talented, man. He's so much more than just a DJ. You know what I mean? And I want you to be able to just share just a quick thought, man, to people listening. If you could give them one just word of encouragement or advice on anything in their journey, what would it be?
One main word of advice would be examine everything that you're currently doing through the lens of how God feels about it. I say that because there was a lot of eras in my life where I got so distracted on what the main thing was that I didn't take the time to just stop and think. I'm like, what am I doing and what's my trajectory right now? I think if I have just stopped and just thought about it, it would have saved me a whole lot of time and a whole lot of time of God telling me to sit down and stop what you're doing.
Yeah.
I feel like the trajectory would have been skyrocketed rather than downhill. So now in this new place where God has finally gave me the green light to get back into content creating and DJing and all that stuff, I'm very grateful to get back into it.
Same.
But I also realized that I could have already been doing a lot of other things had I not gotten so distracted. So sometimes I see other people who might be in the same place, because sometimes you can see the signs of pride is probably creeping in that person and they're feeling themselves, because I felt it. Sometimes it's like, oh, I wish I could like get in their brain and be like, wait, stop, just examine what you're doing. Just take the pride out of it and let him keep elevating you. You don't want to get sat down and all your momentum stripped from under you because you got big-headed. So I would say no matter what your platform is, no matter what season you're in, because God can use people on different levels and different seasons. Just because you're not doing something which somebody else would consider great, you can know that God is still using where you're at. But also where you're at, examine, hey, what am I doing right now? Am I following how God wants me to do this? Is my mind right on this? Is my heart right? Are my motives right? Am I really just doing this for money or affirmation? Because I think that's another thing that I think some people might fear those answers, but God can use those honest answers. Like, if you examine yourself and you're like, I'm really doing this because I want the affirmation or I want money, be open with God about it. Like, he's not so scared. He's like, oh my goodness. Yeah, isn't that like, oh my goodness, like it's a new revelation. Now that you just
You're
realized
the
that,
only one who's
now I
ever
have
said
to-
that.
yeah, it's not like, oh, now that you revealed that, now I want to strike you down. It's like, no, now that you've submitted that to me, now I can work with that. Now I can start changing your heart. Like, yes, you can't change your heart yourself. You know, honestly, hey, I'm just doing this for the affirmation. I can work with that. Now that you submitted that to me, I'm going to start changing your heart and molding you towards where I want you to go. And that can save you so much time.
Yeah, no, that's good, bro. I think yeah, there's definitely a lot of value in that, and like submitting yourself even to just having more community around you and have people that are willing to probably tough love you. You know what I mean? Like you said about Thizzle. Thizzle's one of those guys who, yo, I'm not gonna tickle your ears, bro. I'm not gonna sit over here and like, nah, like, and I'm similar to that, man. I know that about myself, bro. I know I'm not like the easiest person to be necessarily close friendship with a lot of time, because I know me. Like I don't sugarcoat things. I'm very honest. I'm not gonna like, you know, just because we're, you know, I don't have a favoritism bone in my body, bro. Like I really don't. Like I don't like to play that at all. I don't even play that with my own kids. Like, what makes you think I'm gonna do that with you? Like, that's how it is with me. It's like, I don't have favorites with my own children. Like, if they do something wrong, I'm not gonna be like, yo, I'm coming to your rescue every time. I'm like, nah, nope, you did wrong. You gotta learn from that.
And that's love. Those who you love, you correct because you love them.
Right,
Like,
right.
If I don't care, I'm not gonna say anything.
No. 100%, bro. And like the problem is we live in a world where most of the time people just want to hear like how awesome they are, and never the pushback of like, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's smart. I don't think that's wisdom. And they're like, what do you mean? Da, 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 da. I'm like, okay. All right. Do you? You know what I mean? But yeah, bro, this has been a fun conversation, man. And there's more I want to be able to dig into that we didn't get into tonight, man. There's some questions that I still had on the docket and on the brain that I would love to be able to get into, that I think would just take up another whole episode. But we'll save that for a future one. Maybe later this year we'll get you back on or something, man. But
yes, sir.
Let's close this thing out with what do you got coming up? What's next in line for you? What's you know, any big projects you're working on, any new things you're working on that we can be on the lookout for in 2025?
Yes, indeed. So I'm working on a DJ alliance in a sense. Just basically a way where a lot of other Christian hip hop DJs can share what they're doing, and everybody is filled in on what's going on with different DJs, because it's not just me out here making mashups and remixes.
Right.
There are others, but sometimes somebody just doesn't know where to find them. So to have a hub where you can go to and hear about this person and hear about that person, I'm working on that to just bring everybody together. And also I'm working on a lot of new mashups of my own. So you'll be hearing a lot more from me. Also mixing in my creative elements with video production and editing and all that stuff, and just find a nice creative way to get the music out in a dope visual, and whether it's remixing music videos and all different types of things. So.
Yeah, man. If you guys aren't following Andre, make sure y'all go follow him at Andre Arkade on all social media platforms. Y'all go check him out. His work is incredible. It'll speak for itself. I don't need to like fabricate anything for it. Like it speaks for itself, volumes, bro. And I've always been a fan of you. I love and appreciate you, man, more than you may ever know. And bro, I'm just honored to have seen our journey go from point A to point B to point C to point D, E, and F. Like we're continually going down this road, man. And I'm grateful to call you friend. I'm grateful to call you brother. And I appreciate what you have done in the space, with your art and with your craft and with your obedience, man, and to take the steps to be in humility of the fact that, like, man, I had some things wrong. I didn't have everything right, and the things you've learned from to get to the point you're at now, I think is awesome, man. And I don't ever want to see you give up. I want to see you keep putting out content and making much of Jesus, and continue to just be who Andre is, man, and not let keep. I'll be praying for your the pride. Seems like it's a hard thing that you got to keep fighting. So
yeah, over and over and over.
yeah, man. Yeah. There was, hold on, almost forgot. There was one question that popped up yesterday on stream that somebody wanted to ask you. Zephaniah in the chat, she did ask, how can we be praying for you here on this channel? Like, what are things we could be praying for you? That's what she asked, and I thought that was a good one. So what can we be praying for you on?
For me to have clear direction with what God is calling me to. We touched on it earlier. Sometimes I'm an overthinker, and sometimes my mind can go, hey, like for example, let's say God, recently, I feel like it was God talking to me about creating particular kinds of YouTube content. And as I started crafting out, okay, what I would say about this subject or this and that, I started kind of talking myself out of it. It's like, I don't think that's really needed. Do we really need another voice talking about this with DJing or this and that? Yeah. And kind of talk myself out of it. So I think the more that I am sure of what God is leading me to, the less I can drown out those voices of like, do they really need another mashup that sounds like this? Or like just basically be praying that I get clarity with what God is leading me to.
Nah, that's good, bro. I could probably use a similar prayer myself. I think I kind of talked about that for my own self, because I'm like, man, there's a lot going on, and just, yeah, I feel that, bro. That's good, man. We'll definitely be praying for you on those things, for clarity, and to be able to not get caught up in the perfectionist mindset, and to be like, man, I need everything to be like. Sometimes it's that's a struggle too for creatives, man. We get in this thing where we just want everything to be tip top perfect, and sometimes it's like, man, like sometimes it's just like it's as good as it's gonna be, bro, and you just need to be okay with it not being okay, like perfect, like it's okay, because most of the time the people who consume it don't even know anything. They don't even see.
That's what happened with the last mashup that I did, that I was a finalist for. I was overthinking even putting it out, because I wanted to change the whole thing. I'm just like, oh, well, this transition could be different, and like over time, I'm just like, I don't think I want to put it out. It's like, wife, like, nobody cares about that but you. And then I put it out, and it's like a finalist out of the whole global competition. Facts. I'm like, oh, well, I guess people didn't really notice that. On this little transition here, piece. I didn't do this, so
it's crazy. Well, man, bro, I appreciate you. Appreciate your time, bro. Absolutely incredible talking with you, and we'll be praying for you on those things, dog. And looking forward to whatever you drop in 2025, and seeing you on some Call of Duty, man. We'll get some more games in. We'll play some different stuff, I'm sure. So thank you for being a part of the creative community with us, man. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you as well, and thank you for giving this platform to us. Appreciate it.
Hey, we're trying to do something different, bro. That's it, man, and just having fun in the meantime. You know what I mean?
Most def. Looking forward to episode 50.
Hey, let's see if we can do that this year. That'd be crazy. Episode 50 by the end of 2025. Wild. But anyways, man, you guys have a good rest of your night. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Yeah, bro. That was fun, man. That was fun.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, bro. Chat, thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate y'all. We will catch you on the flip side. We'll catch you back at it again, more than likely on Tuesday, the regular scheduled situation, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. If I go live before that, I'll let you know, or you'll see a pop-up stream activate in front of you, and you'll be like, oh, Justin's live. But we'll see what happens. But you guys have a good rest of your night, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a good weekend, guys. Talk to you soon.